I also welcome the acknowledgement that all of you have made that things aren't perfect, that there is room for improvement. And one area I suspect we would all agree upon that has imperfections is the transition from young people's to adult services. And I guess my question for you is this: how do we solve that long-standing issue if not through having a fully integrated national care service? Because if the issues in certain localities are to do with culture and approach and not picking up on that best practice, stubbornly ignoring that best practice, then how on earth do we bring about the improvement? And is there also not a logic to having children's services captured by a national care service when there has to be that read across from children's services into adult services through the transition?
Ensuring that we can deliver those services locally by coordinated working. It doesn't mean that we work in isolation of each other. Government, local government, government at all levels should be working together to ensure that they can deliver on that. And that would be one of the key aspects going forward. So there does have to be that link, if you like, ensuring what you see as a government or as a parliament that we can work with. And it's the delivery vehicle that becomes the important aspect, and I think that has to be local. It doesn't mean to say that we're at odds or that we're disagreeing that work needs to be done. It's about how we actually get around and deliver that service and produce those outcomes.
Mike, do you want to come in on that?
I think it's a question that really focuses in on the Achilles heel, and I think it is an area in terms of the Freely report that quite rightly picked up, particularly with children with complex needs, young people with complex needs, mental health, in particular, addiction, learning disability, that I think we recognise that that's an area in need of significant improvement.
There will be considerable interaction with other pieces of primary legislation around an approach that's based on a framework built at the outset. Can you kind of indicate, you talked about scale, but some specifics around the interactions and why that might present challenges in getting everything right if we take this approach? So, Cameron Wong, first, if that's okay.
Yeah, thank you for the question. Fraser mentioned there the concern that children and young people are a bolt-on here, and so far there has been really limited opportunities for empowerment and participation of children and young people. Irrespective of the questions around detail, that is an issue. That's a clear issue that is important to bear in mind. In terms of other things that are potentially missing at this stage, in terms of detail, is how, of course, well, these proposals align with current programmes of transformation, so such as the Promise, but not just in terms of the Promise, but also other legislative reforms that are currently underway, which would have a transformative effect